guys, I am at TAPMI Manipal campus and in this video we're going to cover 2 undergraduate programs of TAPMI Manipal. बहुत बार मुझे भी लगता था कि TAPMI में सिर्फ MBA प्रोग्राम्स है, बट नहीं. TAPMI has launched 2 amazing undergraduate programs. एक है BBA Honors जो कि बैंगलोर कैंपस में है, एक है IPM जो कि मणिपाल कैंपस में है. इस वीडियो में हम दोनों प्रोग्राम्स को कवर करेंगे. मैं बैंगलोर कैंपस भी जाके आया हूँ, मैं मणिपाल भी रहा हूँ, सो आई हैव कवर्ड बोथ दीज प्रोग्राम्स. और मैंने बात किया है दोनों प्रोग्राम्स के उन लोगों से जिन्होंने लॉन्च किया है. आई हैव टॉक्ड टू द डीन ऑफ द BBA प्रोग्राम, आई हैव टॉक्ड टू द co-chair of the IPM program as well. So stay tuned and watch what is about to come.
Have you ever had the feeling that we're not alone? All the calls I've been receiving, they are not.
TAPMI बैंगलोर कैंपस का ये BBA ऑनर्स कोर्स हम इस वीडियो में कवर कर रहे हैं. और मैं आपको बता रहा हूँ कि मैंने BBA किया है, बट जितना कुछ ये कॉलेज प्रोवाइड करता है मैंने नहीं देखा है किसी कॉलेज को प्रोवाइड करते हुए अंडर ग्रेजुएट लेवल पे. इट्स अ वेरी डिफरेंट कॉलेज विद अ लॉट ऑफ गुड एंड डिफरेंट ऑफरिंग्स जो हम पता करेंगे इस वीडियो में. एक और चीज़ मैं बता दूँ कि इवन दो इट्स TAPMI बैंगलोर, इट्स नॉट रियली डिफरेंट फ्रॉम TAPMI मणिपाल. एक तरह से TAPMI मणिपाल का ही सिस्टर इंस्टीट्यूट है. लोकेशंस आर डिफरेंट बट द इंस्टीट्यूट्स इन अ वे आर प्रीटी मच द सेम. क्योंकि आप देखोगे वीडियो में भी लोग बताएंगे, स्टूडेंट्स बताएंगे कि इनके एलुमनाई आर एक्चुअली TAPMI मणिपाल एलुमनाई ओनली, जो खुद इंटर्नशिप प्रोवाइड करते हैं इनके सेकेंड ईयर के बच्चों को. ठीक है, तो इट्स इन अ वे एन अंडर ग्रेजुएट प्रोग्राम ऑफ TAPMI मणिपाल बट इट्स इन बैंगलोर कैंपस. वी आर गोना कवर अ लॉट ऑफ थिंग्स मोर अबाउट दिस कैंपस. फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल, ये आपको कितने अलग अलग तरह के पाथ्स दे रहा है. ये कॉलेज आपको 5 पाथ देता है. मतलब आप जब 4th ईयर में जाते हो उसके बाद आपके पास उस वक्त करने के लिए 5 ऑप्शन है. सब कुछ हम लोग डिटेल में यहाँ के डीन से बात करेंगे, हम स्टूडेंट से बात करेंगे. अभी सेकेंड ईयर तक के ही बच्चे यहाँ पे प्लेसमेंट्स आया नहीं है, तो प्लेसमेंट फिगर्स मैं आपको बता नहीं सकता हूँ. बट अगर आपको एक अच्छा BBA ऑनर्स कोर्स करना है जो कि MBA की तरह है, तो दिस इज़ द कॉलेज एंड विल फाइंड आउट व्हाई. Guys, I have with me that batch of TAPMI students who will always be the most senior batch in the history of TAPMI because of course they are the founding batch students in a way. Second year में अभी हैं ये. Second year they have just graduated I think. So उनसे हम सबसे पहले ये पूछेंगे कि आपने क्या एग्जाम लिया था, what was your background, if you could talk about that.
So I'm from the science background and I gave IP MAT Indore.
Perfect.
So we had to study about quantitative aptitude, math over there and English as well.
Which school are you from?
I'm from DBA Sarkipuram.
I'm also from DBA Courses. Great. What about you?
So I'm from Commerce with Maths.
Yeah.
And I gave CUET, which is all basically about the 12th syllabus, commerce subjects and also Maths. So yeah, it was
Perfect. This college takes CUET as well.
No, I came from the scores of 12th.
12th, okay,
grade.
perfect.
Yeah.
I'm from a science background. I had taken PCM and computer science, and as per the entrance exams, I'd given IP MAT Indore and Rohtak. Indore, I was shortlisted. I gave the interview, but it didn't get through.
No worries, perfect.
Yeah, more than happy to be here.
So could you tell, my next question is about this only. You're saying that you're more than happy to be already in 2 years. What makes you happy about TAPMI?
So firstly, if I were to talk about the differentiating point of TAPMI, I would say that we have a lot of on-hands exposure. So we have an internship every year. So at the end of the first year, we had a social internship, and now we're getting placed for summer internships, which is a corporate internship. And we'll also have another 4-month-long internship at the end of our 3rd year.
Okay.
So, and in addition to that, each course also has a lot of projects that helps us like see through like the practical aspect of things and not just theoretical.
Perfect.
So
What about you?
that's
What do you
my
like about?
So me, I think in the past 1 year, the culture at TAPMI has been something that I've been very attached to. So I think it's just discipline in the very rigorous course for us. We're already prepared for, it is basically a BBA slot, but I think it's more about how they are taking us and they are practicing.
It's more closer to an MBA.
MBA, yeah. We are practicing MBA basically.
More professional.
And very professional. We've gotten very professional with time. And also, it's about how the culture is all about family, and everyone is very close to each other. So
Okay.
it's very good. The culture committee, the clubs, other committees, competition committees, or there are a lot of committees, and we are a part of a lot of committees.
Perfect.
So it goes hand in hand. Like there is also education, but they're also putting a lot of efforts on
Absolutely. It's more than
other
just
things,
rote learning,
extracurricular.
education and
Yes,
subjects.
yes.
TAPMI has a multidisciplinary approach. So we are being taught about subjects from social science like anthropology. We are being taught about sustainability. That is an upcoming field. And we are also being taught about hardcore subjects for management, that is accounts, finance, economics.
Perfect.
So it's a very wide plate. We can choose whatever we want to do, and that's further backed by the specialization and the super specialization in the third and the fourth year.
Perfect. Now, Aditya sir had talked about 5 paths that this college can offer you at the end of the 3 year, 4 years. Have you guys decided? I just want to know how is the mentality of students like you now. Are you guys thinking about it? Have you guys decided it? Are you guys sure on it, or will you just let it be later for later?
I'd say I'm pretty bent on doing finance with strategy or analytics. I'm
Wow.
not sure about that.
Already?
But I'd say I'm going to do that. It's because like the subjects that are being taught over here, they've given me a very good background
Perfect.
on what it's going to be in the future.
Perfect.
And the internship after the third year will further reinforce.
Do you mind if I ask how old are you?
I'm 19.
At 19, he's very sure that he wants to take finance and strategy. I was not sure at 23 what did I want to do. So great. I mean, hats off to TAPMI and hats off to the students who are becoming brighter and brighter.
I have not decided. I'm more about
Cool.
how go with the flow, how it's
yeah.
going.
Sure, sure.
So with time I'm learning. I've learned a lot of different subjects, and now I've realized that okay, it's not just about just commerce and maths. There are a
Yeah.
lot of more things that I have to know about.
Absolutely.
So I'm like that, 23 years old. No idea. So
Perfect.
mine is
You're
like
me.
that only.
Yeah, yeah.
So I'll think about it in the end of the
Perfect.
in the end of the next sem. We have to decide. But I'm also a little bent towards finance, as what he said. So yeah.
Perfect.
Right, similar to what Ayan said, I would love to take up analytics as my major, but I'm also deciding on whether I should take up strategy or finance. So that is one choice that I would be making probably by the end of third year after I've taken my specialization in the third year.
Now let's hear from them कि इनका एक दिन कैसा जाता है in this lovely campus. You tell us about how a day in your life goes in this beautiful campus.
So I wake up at around 7. I go to the mess around 7:38 and I'm reading the newspaper then. Then I get ready and go to college. From 10 o'clock to approximately 4:30 we have classes and we have 15 minutes break, so we just chill around that time. After that I come back, I chill out for a couple of hours, then I study for a professional certification that I'm doing. I read some more newspapers, study for the quiz and assignments, that's about it.
Perfect. What about you? Tell me something about the Bangalore life.
Okay, so my day is totally different from his. I wake up at 8. Our class starts at 9. So I wake up at 8, I get ready, I don't go to the mess, I just directly go to the class
Okay,
because I have to sleep. Then I attend the classes and we have a break around 12, so there's a 1 hour gap in that. So we go around, we roam around, we eat from the nearby stalls and everything. Then our classes get over at around 4:30. So after that we go out again, we enjoy the Bangalore life. Campus time is around 9, so we come back around 9 itself. And then after that I study for 1 hour.
Perfect.
I just go to the notes that I've made in the classes. And then after that, I sleep.
Perfect. We've had 2 very varied answers, but yeah, that's about how life in any college is. You tell us about a few opportunities that you've grabbed because of being here.
Okay, so I think I must talk about this. Recently, so me and 3 of my other batchmates, along with a faculty advisor, we participated in the RBI policy challenge and we won the best entry in the regional round. And we'd actually gone to the zonal round in Chennai right
Wow.
now. So that was a great experience for us.
How did you do that? I mean, if you could throw some light.
Right, so the regional round was basically a report, like a research report on deglobalization, opportunities and challenges for India. So there was a lot of guidance from our professor, honestly. He talked us through what are some of the things that we should be looking at, the data sources that we should be analyzing, and how we can structure the report. So that really helped us grab that opportunity.
Generally, a business school, a good college has a lot of committees. At the undergrad level, do you also guys have these committees? Which committees are you part of?
Absolutely. So there are various committees, like there's the culture committee, there is the corporate engagement committee, and personally I'm part of I'm the co-convener of the alumni relations committee.
Wow.
And it's been a very enriching experience so far, and we also have this alumni mentorship program that we do.
Which alumni? TAPMI
TAPMI
MBA.
alumni.
MBA alumni. Okay.
MBA alumni from TAPMI Manipal. So what we do is we match the profile of one of our batchmates with an alumni mentor, a TAPMI alumni mentor.
Perfect.
And that's been very good for us so far. It's helped us a lot in the internship selection process.
I'm the convener of the social endeavor group of our college.
What is it about?
It's about giving back to the society. So it's the social part of our college.
Perfect.
So we have some programs to give back to the society. We emphasize on different people, underprivileged people.
Sure.
We emphasize on the children, and we have various events that are planned for the people.
What about you?
Recently, my friend and I, we found the finance club of TAPMI Bangalore. And we are going to conduct classes and hold competitions for students of TAPMI and MIT and other colleges in Bangalore.
You've already cracked your first sales internships is what I hear. Can you tell some story about how you did it at such an impressionable age? I mean, because my first internship was at much older than what I was from how you are.
So both Kriti and I, we got our first internship opportunity at Indigo. So we will be working on revenue analytics at Indigo Airlines. And we got the internship opportunity at GLC, which was the biggest event that TAPMI has ever conducted.
Understood.
So one of the guests that came, he asked us a question to the entire audience, and people who answered the question got the internship opportunity. So Kriti and I.
What was the question?
It was basically an AI-generated image, and we had to find the error in that. Since the revenue analysis over there is done using AI, he was testing that kind of mindset.
Wow,
and
this
project
is such a story. A question was asked and you two answered, and then you grabbed internship. Amazing. I'm already impressed by this lovely college. Guys, this massive auditorium is where you're gonna spend a lot of your time if you join this campus. I've heard that it's a 1100 seater, more than 1100 seater auditorium. It's pretty big and pretty beautiful. ऊपर भी लोग बैठ सकते हैं, नीचे भी बैठ सकते हैं. Amazing. Guys, I'm standing at a lovely food court of the campus. You can see this is a vibrant food court. A lot of options I am hearing for the food menu and everything is there. These are the hostels where people are staying currently at the campus. And और जो आप पीछे देख रहे हो मेरे massive 15 story का है, यहाँ पे अभी हॉस्टल बनने वाला है. जैसे मैंने बताया, it's gonna be a 4-year course. So you're gonna spend a lot of time in this hostel as well in the coming few months. Guys, I have with me Sanskriti Singh. She's a first-year student at TAPMI Bangalore. पहले संस्कृति ये बताओ, where are you from? Why did you choose TAPMI?
I'm from Raipur, Chhattisgarh, and I chose TAPMI because the course offered here is spectacular as compared to all the other colleges, and the campus is just too good.
And how are the hostels?
Hostels are very lavish, I would say, because as I said, as per the other colleges, this one is definitely great.
What about your peers? Where are they from?
My peers are from all over India, so we have been experiencing so many types of culture, so many languages. That's very fun. We get to know about each other.
Okay, if you had to highlight one thing, maybe to people who've not come to TAPMI Bangalore, what is one thing or one sentence if you could summarize क्या अच्छा लगता है आपको जो बाकी लोग miss out कर रहे हैं?
TAPMI life is very nice. मतलब hectic तो obviously बहुत है, but at the same time it's very nice. Like you enjoy the busy life you have.
अच्छा, you like the busy life, the peers maybe that you have.
Definitely.
Perfect. If कोई 12th class में है, क्योंकि अभी आप आए हो, किसी को यहाँ आना है तो क्यों आना चाहिए?
क्यों आना चाहिए? Because ये जो course है, it's very much different from all the other courses. It is, I would say, untraditional, very unconventional, and यहाँ पे campus बहुत अच्छा है. I will
बढ़िया.
not stop talking about the campus.
Perfect. Guys, from the moment I've stepped my shoes in this campus and what I've got to know about this campus already in this little time, I'm very, very, very impressed. I have now with me the dean of this very campus, I mean the programs that we're going to talk about in this video. Aditya Jadhav sir, he is the dean of TAPMI Bangalore campus, and we're going to cover the BBA honors program at this point of time in this video, although he oversees both the BBA and another MBA program. So, first of all, you tell me and tell the viewers, how is the BBA honors program different from all the other mainstream BBA programs in the market? What makes it so special?
First and foremost, we would be very clear, Abhishek, that every educational program in this country has some value, and there is no question of a program not being good.
Okay.
What we have tried to do is make the program different. Okay, our undergrad program is to create careers. It's not about a stepping stone to an MBA. It's not about that you would learn something of management in the undergrad, hence MBA will be easy. The objective of this program is that at the end of this 4-year BBA honors program, a student should be able to kickstart his career. He will be able to kickstart his career in various ways. A very simple approach we have taken is that we have created tracks. A student basically chooses a track in the 4th year, and there are 5 key tracks that we really work on and a student can choose from, and each of these tracks satisfies or rather paves a new career pathway for each of these students. So let's take the first track. The first track that we have created is basically the research track. So students who want to go abroad to do PhD or want to pursue PhD in this country need not do a master's anymore. Okay, the government of India as well as internationally, a 4-year undergrad with a 7.5 CGPA is good enough to get into a PhD program. So any student at the end of the 3 years who wants to pursue PhD abroad or in India and join the research track, understand the whole process of research methods, go ahead and engage on the with the faculty on publishing a research paper. You know, that experience is so solid that any good university in the world is going to take you for a PhD program because you have already learnt it. Then the second track that we have is an entrepreneurship track, which is in partnership with the Manipal Institute of Innovation, Entrepreneurship and Leadership. So it is run by 2 stalwarts who have been in the process of innovation at Infosys a lot, Mr. Hari and Mr. Raghupati Kawale. Mr. Raghupati Kawale is the director of Miles now and he heads it. Fantastic individual. And so what they have said is any student at the end of 3rd year who is really interested to go to take up entrepreneurship will be interviewed by them. Okay. If they are convinced that the student has potential to do entrepreneurship and has a really good idea, both of them are necessary, they will he can join Miles and Progress, and basically Miles will help him in all aspects to develop his product as well as commercialize it. Now the third path that we have basically established is advanced specialization.
Okay.
So I will come to the core of what we are trying to do. Okay, in India, okay, undergrad programs basically are expected to progress to postgrad, and generally a BBA or a BBM student is looking forward to do an MBA. Okay, so the minute he has joined BBA, his objective becomes that okay, I have to do MBA.
Absolutely.
Sorry to say, but I don't agree with it. Okay, I believe to really utilize the potential of the MBA that someone does, you need to have work experience. Okay, the value comes with work and that is something we, at least I personally and many of my colleagues, really subscribe to.
Even I believe that.
Yeah, so what we have done is we are saying you complete the 4 years of management, work for a few years, then do an MBA, or you may find that you may not necessarily need to do an MBA. A CFA might serve you, an FRM might serve you, an SHRM might serve you, Salesforce certification might serve you. You can, then the paths open. So what is required is a strong undergrad. So what we do is, so the first year of BBA honors, we basically introduced society to the students. Okay, now what is understanding of society? Our philosophy is business is embedded in the society. It is not independent of society. So you should have a very good understanding of societal aspects and ethical aspects before you even embark on understanding management. And so in the first year, we have courses like business governance and society, we have courses like anthropology, sociology, psychology, design thinking, we have courses on social responsibility and managerial ethics, we have courses on scientific thinking. Okay, some of these key courses, that is what we basically teach. And comparative English in the form of comparative literature is covered in English. So some of these aspects help students appreciate the society a lot. In the second year, we basically introduce them to the basics of management. Third year, student is requested to choose 2 specializations. There are some core courses. So advanced management aspects like digitization, okay, strategy, introduction to innovation, leadership. These are the courses that we cover in the third year as core. And at the same time, student chooses amongst the 7 specializations that are offered at TAPMI. Okay. So the 7 specializations: marketing, HR, finance, IT, analytics, operations, design, strategy. So these 8 specializations are offered, and student has to choose 2 of them. Okay, these are introductory courses in the specialization. Okay, so he chooses 2 of them. Then at the end of third year and in the fourth year when they come, if they have not chosen the entrepreneurship track or the research track, they have the third track is advanced specialization, where they basically take one of those 2 streams, okay, and major in it. Means they can still take some courses from the minor, but they major in one area out of the 2 areas they have chosen in year 3. And we introduce them to courses in specialization which are generally offered in the second year of MBA. The idea is that by the end of 4 years, these guys would have, in terms of knowledge, okay, conceptual knowledge, as good as an MBA. They are good enough to start working. They have understanding of management, and we will have strong placements. We will have really good focus placements in semester 8. And they can continue. So this is the third track. Then there is a fourth track that we offer, is basically family business. In a family business track, what we do, those who want to go back to family business, okay, in family business, based on the business that they are really interested in, okay, we curate courses for them. Okay, means what? We'll choose a basket of courses that will help. And there is a strong component of a project in semester 8, which they work with their family business, with their fathers and all. Okay, it's not internship. Means they are taking inputs from that, but the idea is they should come out with a good business plan to and develop into. Okay, then we have the fifth last track is basically study abroad. In study abroad, we are partnering with foreign universities. Right now our partnership is Southampton University of UK. It's ranked 78th across the globe. Students who achieve an 8 CGPA and above by the end of year 3 have an opportunity to directly pursue a 1-year master's program in any of their 23 master's program offered at Southampton. They can join any of these. We are also in discussion with Purdue University, Rennes School of Business, France, Deacon's University in Australia, and University of New South Wales in Australia for a similar structure. So these are the 5 tracks that are currently available.
Great. You also tell us about what students have already done in these 2 years, because I've heard that they've already done 2 internships.
We have a 6 weeks of social internship at the end of first year, where the student is expected to go and work at the forefront of an NGO, not raising funds or anything else, but actually helping out the people who are suffering, okay, the underprivileged sector who is being served by the NGO. When they do that, okay, when they actually deliver, they really understand how different some people in the society are from them. They actually were in villages for 2 to 3 weeks, checking out with farmers how water issues, water conservation issues, many of these issues is something. Okay, to equip them on this internship, what we do is we basically have a design thinking course in semester 2. It helps them understand what's actually happening very well. After they come back from the internship, we have a course called Designing for Social Impact. It's a very simple idea is you have learned design thinking. During your internship, we ask them to identify one issue that they would like to address or solve that the community is facing. They come to the semester 3 and under the Designing for Social Impact course, they actually work on it. In the end of second year, so the second philosophy that I personally, and this is mine, okay, this I will tell you, whether you can, students can actually blame me for it or curse me for it or give me the credit, but I strongly believe that generally the person who brings money on the table has a claim on what happens in the company. And it is necessary for students to understand that how difficult it is to bring money on the table.
Absolutely.
So we have a compulsory sales internship. So students actually have to do sales for 8 weeks, 2 months. Okay? And when we approach companies for this internship, we tell them, whatever might happen, this is the only internship we will give. So, and we tell the company, please give them targets, train them. Okay, we are there to train them. For example, today itself, we have a professor from France who is actually conducting a sales workshop for the students to give them this basically selling skills. But we train them on this, but we want them to understand. Okay, and so we are, two things we are very particular about. First is we are very clear that there should be a stipend. Okay, student should feel he is earning something to really give out of the way and commit to that sales. Okay, second thing is there should be a target. Okay.
Sales without target.
Yeah, so target is very compulsory, and 8 weeks, that is the internship. Third internship is after they choose their specialization. It is purely based on their specializations and interest, career interests. Okay, and it's for a period of 4 months, where they will actually work with a company in the area of their interest on a project. It also becomes their thesis for the 4th year, which is a requirement. So based on their internship project, they will come out with a thesis for the 4th month, for the 4th year, which is one of the requirements for the honors year.
A lot of, for example, the parents that I know, especially from where I come, people, when they see that they're investing so much, I mean the students also investing so much in this program, some of them would also want an MBA degree.
Yeah.
For such kind of parents, is TAPMI Bangalore doing something if someone wants to get a
There is an opportunity for the students to pursue MBA, we do give. So because the students are chosen from test entrance exams course which are very tough, okay, so IPMAT Indore, IPMAT Rohtak, JIPMAT, JE, CLAT, okay.
So this is the admission process, guys.
Yeah. Any of these courses is okay with us. We are not saying that you have to appear only for the Manipal entrance test that we conduct. We would be very happy if you take any of this course. So because they come from a really rigorous selection process, TAPMI Manipal has been gracious enough to waive the CAT requirement for TAPMI Bangalore students with 7 CGPA and above. Okay. And they can apply to TAPMI Manipal directly for GDPI.
This is a big step, my dear friends. You can get a direct interview call and a GD call from TAPMI if you have just 7 CGPA.
7 CGPA and above and you are applying, there will be clearing the GDPIs
Of course.
and then getting into the merit list. Because even at TAPMI Manipal, okay, we have last year we had almost 15,000 plus applications and my number might be wrong, it might be higher. You can check it out later. Okay, so and the number of seats available is only 500.
TAPMI is always renowned and top.
Yeah, so you know the cut is high. So whether you get through or not is up to you. But yes, this opportunity is available. Though again, I am reiterating my advice. That's a bad strategy.
Absolutely.
Bad career move to do an MBA just after BBA.
Cool. Okay. Coming back to the program. Now, these are impressionable students who might want to also explore other certification courses like say CFA, FRM, CFP. Do you also help as an institution? Generally, institutions do not help with these degrees. Students are left on their own. Do you help in any way?
No, we are very proactive on that front. See, we are again, I'm coming back to the same statement I have always made, Abhishek, that this program is about making careers. And we are signing a university partnership agreement under which CFA will give around 2 or 3 scholarships to TAPMI students every year to pursue CFE. Here, understand the scholarship means all costs are taken care of. We are in discussion with GARP, Global Association of Risk Professionals, which gives the FRM degree. The CMT program, which is basically of market technicians or technical analysis. CFP we have not yet initiated, but we do intend to, that is personal financial planning. We do intend to start it. And not only this is finance, we are also in discussions with IBM. We want to pick up their IBM University suits where all the IBM tools, IT side, okay, whether it's the ERP, whether it's the mainframe, from mainframe ERP structure to anything, okay, SPSS, the analytics toolkit, everything, right, available to the student for certifications with us.
Could you throw some light on the average stipend of the sales internship?
Yeah, that's something we have got on paper. So I'll be very frank with it. We have been able to place almost 30 students. This season will get over on 22nd, and by that time we are sure we'll place 50% of the batch. That's 45. So you can see 50% of the batch, but it's 45. Okay, and currently the average stipend is around 23,000 rupees per month. It's a 2 months internship, so the total stipend will be around 46. It includes incentives. Some portion, a small portion is incentives also, but that is something because we demanded it. We are very clear there has to be targets. So incentive automatically comes for targets. So that is what we are doing. As far as the placement of a BBA honor student at the end of year 4, I strongly believe 10 lakh cities should not be difficult. Average CTC of 10 lakh should not be difficult. I am working towards it.
Now that you already have a few students in the campus, if you could talk about the peer quality or what has been the domains that have come from, is it science, commerce, humanities, or say concentrated towards one, and which exams have they mostly taken, what have been the scores?
Scores mean, other than scores, we get students from, we have got students right now from 21 states across the country. Karnataka is actually not the largest contributor. Okay, it's a very small contributor, and Bangalore contributes to only 5% of my cohort.
Wow.
Okay, majority of the people are across the country. We have almost 40% students from the science background, and equal 35 to 40% students from the commerce background, and around 20% students are coming from the arts side. So yes, so there is a fairly good distribution. We understand they are coming from different backgrounds. That's why the first semester is designed in such a way that it's a leveler. So we basically are bringing them onto a single platform in the first semester. That's the whole idea of the first semester. And we are taking students, we have got students from all the 7 exams that we had identified: IPMAT Indore, IPMAT Rohtak, JIPMAT, CLAT, SAT, JE, and the Manipal entrance test.
If you had to tell one thing or one reason why should someone apply or consider this as one of the options among the plethora of options which someone has after class 12, what should it be in very short?
Okay, I will use 2 reasons. First, someone who is passionate about management as a career and wants to kickstart the career from day 1, they are invited to my campus. Okay, if you are hungry, I will continue this. If you are very, very sure that you want to do MBA just after your undergrad, then I would advise them to actually start working on CAT from day 1 and join an institute where 3 hours of classwork and everything is done.
You know, I'd like to add my 2 cents here. Sir said that if someone is hellbent on doing an MBA after graduation, he should actually probably think about colleges where you have to invest less time per day. But even the best B schools, even in India, they want an all-rounded student who worked very hard in undergraduation, which is why this college is even great even in that regard. And WorkX of course helps you in your MBA in a lot of ways. I myself had WorkX of 2 years in business development and sales before doing my MBA. Thank you so much for these lovely answers.
Thank you very much.
Guys, TAPMI TAPMI has launched a new IPM program. IPM program is Integrated Programming Management. ये क्या होता है कि आप 3 साल undergraduate, मतलब you join right after 12th and then you complete an undergraduate only or like 3 years का program and then you go on to complete your 2-year का MBA. All of this is together. You do not have to sit for other exams and you do not have to change your institution to complete another 2 year of MBA. ठीक है, we'll understand from Manoj Kumar Yadav sir. He is the co-chair for the IPM program at TAPMI. First of all, sir, TAPMI, of course, has been an established name in the MBA fraternity. What was the need for an IPM program? Why did TAPMI come up with this program?
So see, there are certain basic expectations that generally we expect from our MBA student, right? And obviously one of the important criteria therefore apart from CAT score at TAPMI has always been looking those qualities within our students through our stringent interview processes that we have, right? So that's where we took a decision that all those things that we are expecting from the students, from our MBA expected students, right? Why can't we choose a program where we develop those quality at the very young age, right? So it's more about capturing the young managerial aspirants during their foundation years, building their foundation code there, and then from there onwards we can build and mold them to the requirement of probably a postgraduate student, right? So that's the idea behind the IPM program here at TAPMI thing. And the other thing is that IPM, again, I'm not saying we are the first, but we are one of those leading institutes which started with an IPM program, and specifically more so in a South India court, right? So from that perspective, also we felt like that this could be a good opportunity where we can use our resources that we have built across from last 40-50 years to also start building young aspirants during their foundational years, rather than only waiting for them to build themselves before arriving into their final post-graduation course.
Perfect. If you have to highlight a few key USPs, for example, what comes to the top of my mind is the alumni base, because TAPMI has been in existence for a long time, and I'm sure they'll come in handy for these IPM students as well. What are the other things maybe that differentiates TAPMI even at this nascent stage?
So one thing, as you said, alumni base is obviously very strong. Another thing, if you look at from this perspective, again from an alumni perspective itself, our IPM students is going to connect with their MBA counterpart for 5 years. So they themselves are building their personal connect with the alumni base.
Absolutely.
Correct? So 5 years of alumni is their own personal connect. Forget about the institute connect, finding out an institute connect, right? They will have a personal connect. So that's one USP. Obviously, you're getting an assured MBA from a top college like TAPMI without getting through some of those CAT and other scores, and so that's another I would say a USP. The other thing with the course is, so if you look at the structure of the course, so we generally start with an idea that we will teach those courses in IPM which builds foundation for the management subjects. So for example, subjects like sociology, economics, psychology, they build basis, right? Obviously, we get a more number of years for them to build on those subjects and therefore build their foundation course more strongly, and then they get into the MBA course. So that's another USP, I would say. So students get to learn the foundations, I would say, in more deeper way. They get a more depth.
Let's talk about the admission. Is it through IBMAT? What are the other exams that?
So yes, so we are little. So we have the idea is that we need people in IPM coming from different backgrounds and perspectives, and we also understand the pressure that a 12 standard grad given Indian condition they would be going through in terms of handling various. So I'm sure that most of the students in India, if you look at an Indian context, they would be also going through medical and all. So the idea is that we will also accept those scores along with the IPMAT score, and we also accept the IPM entrance test of Rohtak, right? And we also have our own entrance test. Right? So we consider all these scores also, and obviously our major criteria comes from the interview process that we have.
Sure. So most exams that are after 12th, you will be taking them,
right,
apart from of course the IPMAT and IPM indoor exams and
right,
your own exam that you're saying. Perfect. Now, when it comes to placements, because of course that's one of the most important thing that people take out of an MBA program. Can these people look at same quality of placements? Because you said that they're going to join the MBA core batch of TAPMI once they're in the 4th year.
So see, if you look at from the experience point of view, obviously we started this year. We have just our first batch. Next year we are expecting our second batch to start with. So, so from an experience point of view, we do not have an experience, but going with what's happening in the market. So if I have to speak from that point of view, the first thing is with IPM, they'll sit with the MBA students once they get into their 4th year, right? So anyways, their placement will also occur with the same batch. So they would be sitting out into the same placement agencies, placement companies, which comes to hire our MBA, right? So that's one thing. Second thing, if I look at from the trend which is there in the market, we can also look at it from this point of view that some of the IPM placements that's happening across other institute which has their final year IPM students also ready and getting into the placement. For example, I'm in and Rohtak. They have consistently seen some of the majority of the IPM students getting better placements than the core MBA, just because of the course structure. So from that point of view, we are extremely positive. The other thing is obviously before taking the decision of starting with an IPM course, we discuss with our stakeholders, right? So we discussed, and one of the important stakeholders are our industry people. So they are very much positive about it. In fact, we recently had an alumni meet where most of the alumni were, so these were our alumni coming 20 years, right? 20 years back, they was part of our environment. So most of them, they were inquiring about IPM for their kids.
Yeah, absolutely.
So from that point of view, we are very positive about the placements for IPM student.
All the reasons to be, because अगर आपको MBA करना ही है तो आप पहले क्यों नहीं अपना फ्यूचर सिक्योर कर लो. Once you get into TAPMI IPM program, you are secured that you will do an MBA, come out with a good MBA after 5 years, instead of, as opposed to जब आपको 3 साल बाद या 4 साल बाद you have to sit for entrance examinations and again go through the hassle. It's security for parents, for you, and then 5 years of grooming. In an MBA you have 2 years of grooming, but as sir said that once you join this program, आप 5 साल MBA students के साथ बिता रहे हो, तो you get groomed at a much higher level than all of these.
In fact, when we talk about don't have to go through an hassle, let's not be negative. Let's say that our IPM students are good enough, they are okay, they are fine with even taking that hassle. So we have kept that option
After
also
3
open
years,
for them,
absolutely.
which is after 3 years. If you get a better institute, then TAPMI, if you think so, we give you an exit option.
Which is why perfect. So for people who would want to know this, अगर आपको 3 साल बाद ये लगता है from this course that you want to take the CAT and say you want to go to Ahmedabad,
Yes.
you have that option, and then they will get the BBA degree. What will the degree?
They get a big degree.
Perfect. So it is a win-win, because you're not losing out on something. You have the security of completing, your education with a TAPMI MBA degree, which is also among the top and established B schools of the country. But at the same time, if you wanna try and aim for other B schools, you're free to do that.
True.
Thank you so much for these lovely answers, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, and please let me know in comments if you have more questions about this program. गाइस, हमने काफ़ी सारी चीज़ें कवर की है ऑलरेडी इस वीडियो में. अंडर ग्रेजुएट प्रोग्राम के वीडियोस मैंने बनाया नहीं है, बट मैं बहुत लकी हूँ कि मैंने इतना सुंदर प्रोग्राम का अपना पहला वीडियो बनाया. आपको क्या अच्छा लगा इस प्रोग्राम के बारे में मुझे बताओ कमेंट सेक्शन में. ऑल द बेस्ट, स्टे सेफ एंड टेक केयर.